No more. I'll stay walking with you.
If you're feeling sluggish, bloated around the waist, or even just plain backed up and heavy, I've got news for you. See, you might think that there's something wrong with your diet or even your exercise habits, but as a registered nutrition expert, I'm here to tell you that it's probably not your fault. See, if it were your fault, then why is the health of Americans plummeting? Why are digestive issues like belly bloat, creeping weight gain, and constipation spreading around the country like wildfire? If you've talked to your doctor about it, they probably told you that there's nothing wrong with you and that you should start walking and eating more greens. But let's face it, if walking and eating more greens worked, why are so many people still not getting the gut relief that they so desperately need? In just a few moments, I'll answer this question for you and I'll show you exactly what to do to fully empty your bowels every morning, gently, naturally, and consistently. First, I'll show you how foods and liquids move through your system when they're swallowed, digested, and even absorbed, and why the #1 factor of how smooth or hard your poop is actually the water balance in your gut. Then I'll explain why fiber is the key to digestive health, but why not all fiber is created equal. There are fibers that are incredibly healthy for you, helping your poop absorb water and become soft, and fibers that won't do much more than just give you gas, which makes eating greens good, but ultimately incomplete advice. Lastly, I'll put everything together and share with you a comprehensive gut cleansing protocol that will flatten your belly in no time. And I'll even share with you my top #1 superfood to fully empty your bowels every morning. But I have to warn you, nothing that I'm gonna say in this presentation will work for you unless you take action and use the information I share with you today. See, you must apply the info to get results. Just watching my presentation like a movie won't help. Keep watching until the very end of this video because there might be real health consequences if you don't take action on this issue right now. Hi there, my name is Lisa Danielson and I am an ISSA Elite Master Trainer and Nutrition Specialist living in Utah. I graduated with honors from Brigham Young University and I have spent more than 10 years helping people improve their digestion, fight creeping weight gain, and naturally lose excess pounds. You might have heard of me thanks to my recent media appearances at Studio 5 with Brooke Walker. I've worked with thousands and thousands of clients in my personal practice, helping them combat a range of issues like constipation, obesity, and cardiovascular problems. Why do you think that people want to work with me and listen to my advice? Well, let me tell you, the answer is very simple. I am the go-to nutrition expert when people can't figure out what's wrong with their gut and they would like a natural solution. Because you see, I'm not afraid to try solutions that don't fit the mainstream narrative. And I'm living proof of that as I've lost over 60 pounds and kept it off for 17 years and counting. Thanks to the addition of one hunger-fighting compound to my diet. In fact, I strongly believe that many health professionals are just simply not up to date with the information that I'll share with you today. See, what I'll share with you is based on new research with top-ranked evidence done by prestigious institutions like the American Gastroenterological Association and not necessarily what I learned in school decades ago. And if you're wondering why this information hasn't even made the news yet if it's so beneficial, well, thanks to you, it will soon. It's flattering, but since I published the first version of this video, it's actually gone viral. Thousands and thousands of folks are watching the same presentation as you every single day. And I have received emails from men and women all over the world thanking me for sharing the latest gut information with them. Because you see, it's allowed them to get rid of stubborn digestive issues without having to stop eating their favorite foods or even changing their diet at all. And if you're like most people, I'm highly confident that this presentation will teach you valuable things about your digestion that nobody has ever told you, helping you make your number 2s a first-class, effortless experience, enjoying the perfect poop daily without pains, cramps, straining, embarrassing gas, or extreme wiping that creates painful friction. And most importantly, without the need to completely change your lifestyle. Sound good? Let's jump right into it. Question number 1. Why do some people poop effortlessly and others don't? Surprisingly, it's got everything to do with the water balance in your gut. Yep, you heard that right. If your gut contains the right amount of water, everything moves along smoothly and you experience that downright perfect, harmonious, friction-free poop. That feels amazing. To understand this, we need to take a step back and recap some biology basics. I know this might sound like we're back in school, but please, for your own health, indulge me for just a second. As you may know, digestion begins in your mouth. In fact, your mouth is the first organ of your gastrointestinal tract. As you chew your food, you start your digestion, a process that continues all the way down your esophagus and into your stomach, where the food continues as a chyme. That's a technical term for chewed food in your stomach, until it moves from your stomach into your small intestines. That's where the real magic starts to happen. You start to absorb water and nutrients in your bloodstream. What your body doesn't need, it actually moves into your large intestines, otherwise known as your colon. This physiological process is called peristalsis, a wave-like muscle contraction that pushes all of this waste material forward throughout your digestive system and safely out your rectum, unless it gets stuck and trapped. Because the really key part is that this entire process, from digesting food to enjoying a full and satisfying bowel movement, it all requires water. If there's not enough water in your gut, your digestion experiences a major slowdown, almost like a traffic jam, resulting in constipation, trapped poop, and bloating. If there's too much water, you may experience diarrhea. It's like an internal scale, the water balance scale. Tip on one side or the other and you've got a problem. The only possible way to experience friction-free, full, consistent, and even enjoyable bowel movements is to achieve the perfect water balance inside your gut. Now, I suspect all of this may sound a little bit abstract and vague, so let's make this super concrete with just a few examples. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Bristol stool chart. If your poop is hard and lumpy, it probably looks like a type 1 or 2. And if that's the case, it is extremely likely that your gut desperately needs more water. There's simply not enough fluid in your GI tract to keep these things moving along. And this is precisely why you might be feeling backed up, experiencing hard, stressful, or outright painful bowel movements, or frankly, no movements at all. Now, on the other hand, if your poop looks more like a type 5, a type 6, or a 7, then your gut is actually absorbing more water than it presently needs. This is why you might be experiencing a loose stool or unpleasant diarrhea. It's only when your poop looks like a type 3 and 4 that your gut enjoys a good, healthy water balance. Listen, I know this is a lot of information, but I always think it's helpful to visualize and understand some of the physiological factors that can make or break your bowel routine. And if we're being really honest, make or break your whole day. Am I right? Now, here's the deal. Once your MD's ruled out anything else that's affecting your bowel regularity, your next step is to work on achieving this harmonious balance of water in your gut, which unfortunately is not as simple as just drinking more water, but will for sure help you have more regular, more consistent, more satisfying poops every single time you go. You can't even imagine how often I talk about poop in my line of work. It is such a common problem that can cause a sense of low-grade discomfort, gas, feelings of bloat, or even belly distension and hemorrhoids. For most people, the worst part is this general sense of feeling like you're just kind of in a crappy mood for no apparent reason. See what I did there? Plenty of folks resort to various types of over-the-counter remedies, many of which create a sense of OMG, where's the bathroom because I need it now. It is pretty unpleasant to say the least, and honestly, in my experience, it's so easy for practitioners to simply prescribe a stimulant laxative, but the problem is these only work temporarily, plus they can actually make you feel even more uncomfortable with side effects like nausea, headaches, vomiting, diarrhea. That's not what you'd call relief, right? Especially if instead of helping your gut achieve the harmonious balance of water it actually needs, they will write you yet another prescription to treat these extra symptoms. Something for nausea, something for headaches, something for vomiting, doing a little more than just masking the symptoms that cause your digestive blockage, when the real solution is as simple as restoring the balance of water in your gut in a very natural way. Now, it might be tempting to think that this is as simple as drinking more water, and sure, if you're not currently at least drinking 1 gallon of water a day, you should start drinking more, as it will benefit you in many significant ways. However, the best possible way to restore water balance inside your gut is to eat more fiber, an indigestible carb that's found in plants. This is the reason why your doctor might have told you you need to eat more greens, but as you may recall, eating more greens is well-intentioned advice, but it's not the full story. Because the truth is, not all forms of fiber are created equal. Some fibers can help you enjoy full and satisfying bowel movements while also rapidly dropping excess weight, whereas others, they're only just going to give you gas and cause you to feel bloated and heavy. We know this because of a recent giant evidence-based study that explored the health benefits of fiber and got published as a 2-part paper in Nutrition Today. The first part of the paper debunked the general notion that all fiber is the same. In fact, you can rank fiber according to 4 clinically meaningful characteristics, and we'll get to why this is so relevant in just a few minutes. But what's even more important is what the second part of the paper revealed. A total of 141 people were fed the same diets and split into 3 groups: a control group, a second group given a fiber called psyllium husk, and a third group given another type of fiber, guar gum. All 3 groups then had their weight checked over 6 months. While both the control group and the guar gum group lost weight at the start, they soon regained most of the weight by the end of the study. But the psyllium husk group, their results were incredibly impressive, and even more importantly, they lasted. By the end of the 6 months, people in the psyllium husk group lost an average of 8 pounds from their thighs, from their stomach, and their arms. Pretty amazing, right? But it gets even better because the psyllium husk group also experienced benefits in their blood sugar, their insulin levels, and their LDL cholesterol levels. So not only did they lose weight and keep it off, but they also gained significant benefits for overall health. What made the difference? Well, the evidence suggests that only 2 of the 4 characteristics of fiber played a major role. These 2 characteristics are viscosity and fermentation. Viscosity refers to how much water the fiber absorbs and pushes into your digestive system. And fermentation refers to how easy it is for the healthy bacteria in your gut to consume the fiber, maintaining a healthy population and keeping your gut in a nice, healthy, water-absorbing state.
To buy, click the link in description. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.